What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash, and here is today's comic, Batman Superman number 2 by Williamson, Marquez, and Sanchez. The Shazam Who Laughs. I did a review on the first issue of this book, and I gave it a positive review. I rather liked it. I think Joshua Williamson is a decent writer. Very solid. He's been doing 4 years of Flash. It's one of the best rated comics over at DC, if not, overly popular. But popularity doesn't always necessarily mean quality. If that were the case, Daredevil would be one of the top books at Marvel, but it's not. So some people had mixed reviews of this. Well, I should say there are mixed reviews among people about this. Some people really liked it. Some people were like, meh. So I'm not exactly sure why. I thought it was a pretty good book. I have talked. Some people are kind of sick of the whole Batman Who Laughs thing. Kind of understand that aspect. It's kind of like the whole symbiote thing with Marvel right now. You can just overdo. Too much of a good thing is not a good thing. There's too much Joker right now in DC, so it makes Joker kind of meh. It's not that Joker's bad. Batman Who Laughs is, I think, a good character. It's interesting. He's definitely one of the biggest threats for Batman, but you kind of overdo him. On the other hand, is he really being overdone? I mean, we had the DC Metal event that was over a year ago. He was part of that. Then we had the Batman Who Laughs miniseries that just wrapped up like a month or two ago. He was part of that. But outside of that, he hasn't really been used in anything. So maybe it's just a perception issue. Regardless, perception is reality for a lot of people, and that makes sense. If people are sick of him, then they're sick of him. I'm not sick of him yet, so I'm interested. But more to the point, DC's got a problem right now. They're shitting the bed with Batman and Superman. Tom King is writing arguably maybe one of the worst Batman ever. And Bendis is just completely dismantling Superman. And he writes both Superman books. So you don't have any relief. You either get all Bendis or no Superman. So this book for me was an excuse to be like, oh, I get my Batman and my Superman. I don't have to read Batman and Superman. And Al Williamson is one of the better writers over at DC. So win-win. Plus, David Marquez is the artist. And I think he's a pretty solid artist. So we start off at the GCPD Armory outside of Gotham. Weapons are only tools. Means to an end. It's all here. All of it. Evidence, guns, poisons. Every single lunatic at Arkham's toys are safe. Everything is cataloged and secured by a state-of-the-art Wayne Tech security. Not even I have access to it. It's impossible to get past, says Gordon. Except with your help. And you can see here on the panel, we got what looks like presumably to be the Batman Who Laughs hand. And then we see in the narrative box, come on, bros. Let's give the people what they paid for. And you get a big 2-page spread of Dark Shazam. I'm not going to call him the Shazam Who Laughs. I'm not going to call these characters the whatever who laughs. I think that's dumb. I guess with the Batman thing, but come on. So Dark Shazam, the cave of the Batman Who Laughs, deep under Gotham. The Man of Steel and the Dark Knight versus Earth's mightiest nightmare. We don't want to fight you, Shazam, but we won't let you escape. I do like David Marquez's art, but I don't really like how he's drawing Superman here. Superman should be more muscular. This is kind of like, I mean, come on, like your ribs are showing, buddy. Like, eat some food. This is a beefy, corn-fed Kansas boy, right? I don't like this at all. And Batman looks this is a little bit postmodern, non-muscular men. It's kind of annoying to me. You come at me with toys, son? You're just some dude in a Halloween costume, Batman. He crushes the blade. I got bleep. Force cursing again. God, why is it? Stop doing this. I got bleep superpowers. And this is a pretty cool shot. We can see Batman just being dropped from the sky, essentially. Or actually, I don't know if it's being dropped from the sky. Sorry, it's more like the lightning being summoned from the sky. And I just love the shot over the city. Batman looks up. I hate magic. Such a good response from Batman. Kind of like what you'd expect. Oops, sorry. Come on, where is it? I know you have one, says Batman. Meanwhile, Justice League Dark Headquarters. Did you feel that? Some disturbance in the magic. Z? So that was an interesting kind of throw over to that to let us know as the reader that they're being affected by this. Superman says, "It's okay, folks, get inside." And Superman grabs Dark Shazam by the throat. "That's enough." And then I was like, I like this a lot. You just see Batman peering around the corner, and he's got kind of a smile on his face. It's like, and at first I thought it was because this was happening, and Batman's just sort of watching it like, yeah, you go get him, Soups. And Superman's lighting up his eyes, and he's like, whoa, heat vision. And then, Shazam! Holy moly, Superman. I didn't mean it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm having horrifying, violent thoughts, screams in my mind. Please don't hurt me. So, Superman's holding the kid. Look at this scene. Take out the word balloons here. It's like totally comics out of context. Superman's about to pummel a little kid. And Superman, his eyes lighting up. Billy? You can fight this. Whatever the Batman from the Dark Multiverse did to you, we can cure. No, you can't. You have to stop him. You can't let him find my family. I'm so sorry, Superman. Don't worry, Billy. I'll... Fooled ya! Ha ha! Shazam! Bitch! I don't know why I'm getting a kick out of that, but just, a kid with the powers of Shazam turn into it, but he's evil. It's just a wicked thought of a villain. And then you get a nice 2-page spread here. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry, no, it's blown up. Sometimes I fool myself. I think it was a 2-page spread. I should know by the text size. Oh, did that hurt? My awesome magic give you an owie? It's funny, I think you'd want to go back to being that joke, hanging with that loser family trying to steal my thunder. I know you and the Justice League talk trash behind my back, that I'm just a weird kid pretending to be grown up. Once you get a taste of this Batarang, you and me are going to be best buds. He has a plan to save us all, Soups. You'll understand once you see your truth. And then all of a sudden, here comes Batman flying in a Batwing. And that's what he was smiling about. That's what he was looking for in the Batcave, was, I guess, the keys to the Batwing. Batman who laughs makes a fast ride. Shame. And he just crashes it into Shazam. You really think that any weapon on Earth can stop me, Batman? Look at this awesome depiction. Batman just flying through the the cockpit window. Shazam still holding Superman by the throat. This is a really cool shot. And I love this. I don't know what it is about this oncoming shots of Batman like this inside the Batmobile, or in this case, the Batwing. I just dig it. And he's just flying out. And look at the pose. Batman's left arm is pulled back, and he's just, he's going to attack him. And then we go to the next page. The jet was just a delivery method, punk. I'm always the weapon. And you're just like, oh, badass. And he stabs him in the shoulder with the Batarang. Shazam! And then lightning comes down, and you hear Batman cries out. Superman says, Batman! And we see little evil Billy. Game time decision, Soups. Keep fighting or save Bat's life. Shazam! Ha ha ha! Who am I kidding? You don't have the nerve to. And then Superman clocks him. Batman's still falling. He's got dazed look on his face, and then blackness letting us know that he's knocked out. And the next thing we know, we see Bruce's eyes. He's in a daze. He's looking around. He's kind of in a panic. What's going on? And he just starts punching. Boom! And breaks through the glass, which I think is a little weird. I think this is in the Fortress of Solitude. This would be probably something that a normal human being couldn't bust through, but whatever. It's comic books. And then was it Kelix, or whatever the name of the robot is? Batman, sir, you are not ready to be freed from the stasis field. You must return in order to heal. Please return to... Where is he? Where's Shazam? I wish I could do the Christian Bale voice. Swear to me! And then from around the corner, Superman's all beat up and comes. He escaped. Fortress of Solitude, Bermuda Triangle. And then we see a flashback scene of Superman carrying Batman while I was saving you. And can you go easy on Kelix? I don't go home and break your things, Bruce. And so they have a little bit of debate here. Bruce is like, you let the kid go, we got to get him. And, Superman's like, I'm sorry, man, he's just a kid. I had to hold back. And, Bruce is lecturing him. And finally, Superman just lays into him. And I thought this was maybe a little out of character, but, Superman's very frustrated because of the situation. He couldn't hurt Billy. And, Superman doesn't like to not be able to save the day. So he kind of just lashes it at Bats. He says, he beat us, both of us. So save the lecture. And it's just like Batman staring at him. Yep, nothing to say. The dude beat Batman and Superman together. The end. Like, what more could you do? So he's like, while you were healing, I used the Justice League's network, blah-blah-blah, looking for clues. And they start talking about the Batarangs. And Superman's developing a plan. Which is interesting, because usually it's like you think Batman's the guy to come up with the plan. But they talk about how the Batarangs, these special Batarangs here that you see on this, they each have a target person, right? So he's like, this is the Batarang that was for Shazam, and then there's Batarang for me. So each of these were planned for a specific person. If they can figure out who these people are, then maybe they can stop it. And so Superman has a plan, and he's like, we may not know the end game, but Shazam already showed us what Batman Who Laughs wants, so let's give it to him. But we're going to need to make a stop by your Batcave first. I have an idea. And then we see someone talking to Commissioner Gordon. Plans are in motion, Commissioner. Where's the kid? And, he's like, playing the part of a normal teen for the moment. We all have roles to play. Did you get what you need? Almost. Batman and Superman will take care of the rest. They won't know what hit them. And then, meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice, we see there's like a monologue overplaying, and not just the Justice League, not our families, not until we know who we can trust. It says before, no one can know what we're doing, not just the Justice League, blah, blah. If they knew that we kept this infection from them. And then Superman says, I know the risk, Batman, but the secrecy is essential, at least for now. You installed the best security system in the multiverse within the Hall of Justice. No one, not even Mr. Miracle, could break in or out. Well, almost no one. And then Bat says, how long have you known he was here? And you get this response, and this is Superman. You took precautions to hide it from me, but you always forget that I'm an investigative journalist, and when you keep things from us, from the League, I trust you have good reasons. But I knew there was only one location where you could keep the Batman Who Laughs under lock and key. So dun dun dun, surprise. He's been captured all along. Batman's been keeping it a secret. Superman continues, I wouldn't have told anyone that you built a bat prison under the Hall of Justice either. Batman says, he's smart. He won't just talk to us. He needs to think that everything is according to his plan. And so that skips forward, and we kind of guess, I was able to guess what was happening. It was like, boom! And then Superman shows up, and it's the angry Superman that we know from like Injustice, and says, we see Batman make this comment, and people think I'm the crazy one. Burn! And then Batman laughs like, oh, it's so good to see you, old friend. And then we see, ha 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 ha, the world's finest, back together again. And this is a cool shot, I thought. Let's see if I can get it. It's pretty scary to see Batman Who Laughs with a Jokerized Superman. And then we see that the thinking pose of Batman, which is kind of a classic, iconic pose. Okay, Clark, the clock is ticking. Next, Superman undercover. And this is a fun book. I enjoyed this. My only concern is I think this is going to turn into a miniseries. I don't really want to see that, but I'm enjoying this. I mean, they should be sort of leading. I don't know, I guess, because Batman Laughs not really the year of the villain. But this feels like this should be more about the arc than the actual year of the villain. But what are you going to do? I really enjoyed this. This was a fun book. You got to see some of the great action scenes that were in this book, which is what comics should be about. This 2-page spread being my absolute favorite. It's good stuff. This is what comics are, and I hope you got to experience something and see if this book might be for you. It definitely is for me. It's not the best book out there. I'm not going to try to sell you and be like, it's 5 stars. It's but it's good. It's a good book with good art, pretty solid writing, and it's a fun adventure with Batman and Superman, right? And if that's not good enough for you, I don't know what to tell you. So I recommend this book. I'm enjoying this book. If you're enjoying this book, let me know. If you hate this book, tell me why. Tell me what it is about it that's, something of substance. If you're just like, I hate Batman, he laughs, it's dumb. Well, I guess it's a fair argument, but that's a purely subjective thing. That's just me saying, that Batman book is stupid because Batman is stupid. You can think just as an example, but that doesn't really make the book bad. It just makes me not a fan of that character. But I'm not going to lecture you guys. We all like our different things, and that's great. I just like to be a part of the discussion, which is why I got this channel. I like that I've been meeting a lot more of you guys. You've been very supportive in the chat, giving me some good comments, some good feedback, and thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate each and every viewer. I'm getting close to 500 views. I never thought I was going to get that high when I started out, so I feel very blessed. I appreciate you watching, and I will see you next time.